Hey, it's Charlie Coon. I felt like, excuse me, I felt like I had to tell this little story here. I went up to Marquette, Michigan. That's up there in the UP, Upper Peninsula of Michigan. They call themselves Upers up there. Well, I went up there this weekend for the first time to Marquette, Michigan. It's way up there past where the world drops off, and there's super Yankees up there, and they all talk funny too. Anyway, I'm riding around with my buddy, and I see Bayou this and Bayou that and a Bayou bar. I said, what's with all these bayous? I ain't never seen no bayou other than down on the bayou. I ain't never heard of up on the bayou. Says, oh, wait a minute, it's named Marquette. Okay, so we have a French connection. So we go into the Bayou Bar, and young lady, my buddy, tells her, says, hey, says, did you used to live in the Florida Keys? And she says, yeah. And hey, I live there. Where'd you live? She said, Marathon. I said, oh, I used to live on Yellowtail Drive. And then she says, I says, who do you work for? And he says, an overseas bar. And I says, you work for Joe Artolino. Anyway, yes, that was her boss. And so a little later on in the conversation, she said something about Charlie Frau. I said, you know Charlie Frau? Well, come to find out, they used to have a little thing going there for a while there, and appears that Charlie helped her out pretty good there. Anyway, Charlie Frau, I worked on mackerel boats and kingfish boats down in the Florida Keys. And I worked on shrimp boats on the deck with him from Marathon, Key West, on over to Calcasieu Parish there at Cameron, Louisiana. And I went to visit him there a 3 years ago, and I didn't get his phone number because my other buddy, my former shrimp boat captain, Timmy Aldacosta, he was supposed to get the number for me, and he's derelicting. And that was really cool. So the young lady gives me she calls Charlie Frau and says, who do I tell him it is? Says, well, tell him it's Charlie Coon. So she told him it's Charlie Coon, and then, he didn't know who that was. And then says, okay, tell him it's Charles Crates. Okay, well, that didn't work. Okay, Charlie Crates. Okay, well, then he connected. But see, he didn't figure there ain't gonna be any Charlie Coon up in Marquette, Michigan. So anyhow, I talked to him a little bit, and then young lady talked to him, and then I talked to her a little more, and this, she comes right out, she said something about Bayou Lafourche. I said, what about Bayou Lafourche? I lived in Golden Meadow. I said, yeah, I lived there too. And I said, talked to her about who she knew and stuff, and comes by, I said, well, you know, Charlie Frau used to work in Golden Meadow, Bayou Lafourche. I said, in fact, he was there present when I had that fight with Jimmy Coon that kicked his butt in the middle of the highway. That's an interesting story. That's going to be a good one. But anyway, we live in a small world, boys and girls. And I think I got me some new help with my new book, and I'll bring it along. And if they like some of this stuff, well, we just might get to see more of each other. Anyway, just wanted to tell you a little story. I got some more stories there. Margaritaville, Charlie Coon on the Chattahoochee. We'll get to some of them. God bless y'all, and go Ron Paul.